Hello and welcome to Share.Customs, and today we're doing another episode on the Isle of Man TT replica oil tank for a Rudge, and this is what we've made so far. So we've managed to fold up this shape, which you can see, which has got a nice radius in each corner. We've welded on a fitting so that we can put our oil filter in here, and we've welded in these mounts so that we can bolt it on with this U-clamp, and then basically the frame tube comes through here and this gets clamped onto the frame tube. And the idea is that it's been designed so that when it's on the frame tube, this piece is basically vertical, or almost vertical. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish off the rear. At the moment we just folded the ends up. I'm going to clamp these up until they're square and square across the top, and then we're going to put some rivets in, and then we're going to weld up the edges. And then when we've done that, we quickly look for something. We're going to make some templates for the next part of the project, which is the plates that go round that receive the tubes that come up. If you've been watching, you'll know this has got twin tubes on it, twin fillers. So this gets folded round, the top gets folded round, and then a piece of 2-inch tube comes up with an angle, and then it's got the filler on the top. So I've made that. I'm going to cut that out of steel. We've then got to fold that radius onto it. We also got to fold the end down, and then we've got to drill some holes in it to let the oil go in or come in. And again, this has got some rivets in it as well. So that's the plan for today. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you did. Please like the videos if you like them, and if you don't, then give me some comments on what you'd like to see that's an improvement. Now let's get on with the next bit. So that's the rivet we're using. It's a steel rivet, mild steel rivet. It's going to be too long. It's got a mushroom head on the end. So we're going to cut it down to the right length so that it protrudes through far enough through the mild steel, and drill some holes that suit that shank diameter. So in true Blue Peter fashion, drill the hole. We'll just get a drill to deburr that. 2 seconds. And again, I've used my G-clamp. We've got one rivet in, and I've squared everything up as best I can. There's still room now for us to be able to tweak this thing backwards and forwards and bend it around a little bit to get it square. But once we get to the final stage of welding it, we're welding the top up, I should say, we will have committed ourselves at that point. So when I get it in the hole, a little bit more filing. Talk amongst yourselves. Make sure it's home. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap G-clamp over to the other side. I can't imagine it's going to move now, but it's best to hold everything together while you've got an opportunity. And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. You're going to be able to see that? I think you missed that because the camera fell over. Well enough, you can just make that out, just peen that over. Now, I need to make sure this is going to be oil tight, so I'm actually going to weld these rivets, seam them in, so there's no way that anything can leak. So in effect, the rivets are sort of a show, but it's part of the period design of the tank. Right, so as you can see, rivets have been welded on the back just to make sure they're oil tight, and we're going to seam weld along there to seal that in. And then effectively, once all the other bits are welded on, there'll be no way for the oil to escape out of that. So next I'm going to cut out the template for the plate that's going to go on the side for the oil fillers. Okay, so off camera, I've made the 2 circular plates, which effectively are going to get placed about there. This bit's going to get folded round, and that's going to get folded round as well. And we've got to drill a series of holes and put the rivets in this. And then what I've also done is I've cut the top. And the plan with this is, let's turn it around a bit. I'm trying to get it so that there's just the minimal amount of, or not even an overlap. And my plan is what I did last time was literally just melted those two together without any filler rod. So if I tack it in a number of places so it won't distort, I can literally just glue that together. I mean, the tank's not under massive amounts of strength. I can do a really nice neat weld, hopefully. So that's the plan. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mark out, or I don't know whether I'll put it on camera yet or not, whether you'll get bored of seeing all that, but I'm going to mark this out and I'm going to put the rivet holes in. No, actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to work out where that's going to go, and I'm going to put that fold along there, so I'll show you that. So we're going to use my steel bar that we had before, trusty old steel bar. Going to obviously mark out a line wherever that line is and then fold that round. Now, not much to get hold of, so I'll probably be using the my wonderful snapped off hammer rubber mallet so we don't bruise the metal. But I think we can do a pretty good job. I'm pretty confident in that, and we can use the drill vise again to hold it nice and steady. So I've got something to work against. So let me work out whereabouts that's going to be, and I'll come back to you. So off camera, I've drilled the holes for the rivets, and then hopefully you can see I've marked this out. So I've used the lines that I put on the inside of the tank, transposed them across when I've held this up. So this is the line we're going to line up with the 30mm bar, and at the top this is the fold that's going to be folded 90 degrees this way. So I need to put a hacksaw line down here so that when this folds up, it will fold up underneath this 90-degree angle, and then I can scribe round and just grind off what's left to get a perfect joint, or at least that's the plan. So I'll get set up and we'll show you that process. So we're back in the drill vise. We've lined the scribe line up with that one, and then I've paralleled it across, and then we're just going to fold this round without folding that yet. So here we go. Pretty pleased with that. Now we've got to do is fold that at 90 degrees down on the top, and then as that comes, as this comes round over the top of this, I'll be able to scribe a line and machine off what I don't need. Okay, now we set it up so it's lined up with the back edge of the vise on the scribe line. And we're going to see what happens without pulling the drill press over. There we got a 90 degree, and then I've just got to chop that off. Okay, it's a little bit longer here. I might blend that around a little bit, but effectively and that'll go like that. So here it is. We folded that at 90 degrees. We put that radius in, and I'll dress that round so it actually matches that radius. And then as a way of I need to dress this a little bit, but nothing too special. Obviously got to put the lid on. But yeah, we're getting there. Looking really good. Really pleased with that.